Yes, you guys are getting a car video today. I haven't uploaded in a minute, and I am out and about delivering food boxes to clients who need them. And I figured I have a rant, so why not rant in my car? Because it kind of fits what I'm going to rant about. Let's do that today. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're having a great day so far. So like I said, today's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a rant video. It's going to be in my car because I am out in the community and I have things I have to do. I have clients I have to take care of. So I figured why not kill two birds with one stone and record a video for you guys because I missed you. Wanted to let you guys know what's going on and have a couple of things I want to get off my chest. But before we even get into all of that, if you are new here, welcome. This is Journey to Find K, and I'm Kay. I like to talk about mental health. I react to the Rewired Soul, but I also like to talk about other topics here on this platform or in society if I feel like we can learn a lesson about mental health and or substance abuse, because I'm a mental health patient, worker, and advocate, and I want to use my experience and my opinion to negate some of the things that we do see here in society. So if you enjoy my content, you enjoy watching me, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the bell so that way you're also notified every time I post a video. I have a Patreon you guys can check out if you want to. I have a new Patreon video that will be going up at the same time you guys see this, which is Tuesday. You can go over there, check me out, check out the different tiers, check out the perks that you get with each one. So it is our first upload of the week, so I'm not going to let that slide, even though I have some things I want to say. It's our mental health check-in. Let me know down below how you guys are feeling. What is going on with you guys? How are we dealing with this social distancing, quarantine, whatever we're trying to call it these days? I personally had to take a few days off of social media. I had to take a few days off because since everything is going on, I am busier than ever. You know, as someone who is an essential worker, I am expected to continue to work like nothing's going on, and that kind of takes a toll. So we'll get even into that a little bit further, but I want to hear about you guys. I want to see how you guys are doing. I'm thinking of doing a mental health check-in live stream this weekend, date to be determined. I will let you guys know later this week, but let me know in the comments right now, how are you guys doing? What's going on? How are we feeling? I want to hear from you guys. So first off, I apologize if you catch me looking around and stuff. I'm at my office. I'm about to go into the office so I can do some notes real quick before I go ahead and go do another food box today. And I decided while I'm doing that, I owe you guys a video. I've missed you guys so much. I wanted to kind of talk to you guys, let you know what's going through my head and rant a little bit because I'm tired. I'm tired, and I'm not just talking physically tired. I'm talking emotionally tired. I'm talking mentally tired. I'm tired because with this whole thing that's going on with the Rona.
I said the Rona. Don't want to get flagged over here. I want y'all to watch this video.
With everything that's going on with the Rona, you start to really see the ugly side of people. Society as a whole, you see the ugly side, and I'm tired. I want to sit here and remind everybody that this is a crisis. This isn't everyday normal. This isn't business as usual. I think a lot of us are starting to feel that as we get into that 30 days, 40 days of this occurring, depending on where you stay at, where you are located. This is serious. This is a crisis. And anytime I hop on social media, I'm seeing everyone just be nasty to each other. And it's like, part of me understands because this is something that we're not used to. This is something that is taxing a lot of people. A lot of people aren't used to having to stay home all the time.
Message from the editor. Hey guys, I just want to make it very clear when I'm talking about people being home all the time, I understand there are millions who have lost their jobs, people who have been unemployed, fired, furloughed. I understand there are people who are self-distancing who had to take time off of their work because of the whole virus and everything that's going on. So I'm not diminishing that fact. I'm saying that because of all of these circumstances that are going on around the pandemic, around the quarantining, that is why people are lashing out. Hope I clarified that better. Let's get back to the video.
So I understand a lot of that is lashing out, but I need people to remember that everyone is suffering. And I'm saying everyone because unless you are a part of that 1%, the rich people that rule this country, everyone is suffering in different ways. And I'm seeing such a lack of empathy. I'm seeing such nastiness towards each other, which I know most people wouldn't exhibit if it wasn't for this stress. And so I want to say, I feel y'all and I empathize as much as I personally can. I'm not saying give people sympathy, everyone deserves sympathy, but I feel like everyone should have some level of empathy for each other. Everyone should have some form of empathy for each other, because we're not used to this. I'm sitting at my office as we speak and it's dead. It's 2:00 in the afternoon on a Monday and it's dead. And that is a sign of what is going on and how serious this is and how much people are suffering. A lot of us are thrown into these situations we were not prepared for. And instead of getting, well, you should have been, or I don't care, at least, let's give empathy. I had to get off of social media for the past few days because I was literally tired of seeing people be mean to each other. You see people who are considered low income going off to the people who might be considered middle class.
Because we know middle class is fake.
But you see them being mean to those who are middle class or working class poor. And it's kind of like, yo, we're all in this boat where we're trying to understand what is going on. I'm not saying you need to have like all bleeding heart for everyone, but let's have empathy for everyone's different situations. I'm going to right here check my privilege, okay? And I check other people's privileges all the time, especially for those of us who are considered essential workers who have the option if we need to take days off and things like that, but aren't, right? That's a privilege. To be an essential worker is somewhat of a privilege, depending on what field you work in.
Hey guys, just wanted to make sure it was clear. When I say it depends on the field, I think a lot of us should understand or see what's going on online or on the news where they're talking about the essential workers that still have to go to work making barely any pay. We're talking about, the grocery store workers. We're talking about those who are still, working in the food industry, public transportation, things like that. For so many of the people there, it might not be a privilege to be an essential worker because they're putting themselves in danger when it comes to what's going on right now. So I just wanted to make sure it was clear. I'm not saying that all essential workers have privilege. I give as an example in the video, I have a privilege working in the field that I work in. But if I chose a different field, I might not have that same privilege as an essential worker. All right, back to the video.
But I'm checking my privilege as someone who works in mental health in understanding that I do have this job. And I need everyone out there to sit down and understand that they might have some type of privilege as well. And if you don't see any type of privilege that you do have, then I definitely empathize for you, but that does not does not mean you can turn around and be mean and nasty to those that you feel have it better than you. I see it on Facebook. I see it on Twitter. I see it on Instagram. And a lot of those times I'm using those types of social medias to outreach to my followers, my friends online, but also to escape what's going on in the real world, because we're always getting thrown information about coronavirus and this is what's going on.
Oop, I said the Rona, sorry.
But this is what's going on. This is how many people died. That's bad for your mental health. That's just bad for anyone's mental health, period. Always being told all of this information that is scary, that can make you feel some type of way, right? So just because you might feel it has a little bit better off than you, we don't know what's going on up here. We don't know what is going on in home. You can go onto the news and you see divorce rates are up. People are talking about wanting to divorce people. You see people dealing with substance abuse. We already saw within the first few weeks, people were running to the liquor stores to buy alcohol. I listened to it on my podcast. I listened to it on YouTube videos. There are people where they're like, there's nothing better for me to do than to drink. And that can be a slippery slope as well. So we have people dealing with mental health concerns. We have people dealing with financial concerns, kids concerns, substance abuse problems, domestic violence. But the first thing that we need to do, no matter what your socioeconomic status is to have some type of empathy. Because as someone who's going to get food boxes and see my clients and check in on my high-risk clients, yes, I'm still checking in personally on my high-risk clients. To see the people who are getting referred to me at this time are people who never used services before. Maybe they never needed to. Maybe they were people who already had services, but now they're worried about the services that they do have. It's a lot. As someone who is out here every day, I'm seeing everyone from different walks of life, except for the millionaires. So I'm not understanding why we're being so mean to each other. I'm not understanding where that lack of empathy comes from. People who are higher up, on that social economic status, sit back and look at those that you might be turning your nose down to and calling lazy or whatever words you want to say because they're excited for the stimulus money, because they're excited, they're still waiting for their tax returns, because they're excited to get these benefits for unemployment. Sit back and maybe put yourself in their shoes. Maybe understand why so many people are dealing with this, because it goes further than just us. There are bigger things at play that we're not paying attention to because we're going at each other. What we really should be going at is government, but that's a whole nother conversation, not getting into that. But that is something that we need to remain cognizant of. So if you're higher up on the socioeconomic status, put yourself in their shoes or try to understand what it's like living in this type of system that we live in and how hard it is, and take this as a learning lesson. This shows how many people are one paycheck away from being poor. Empathize. Those who may be lower on the socioeconomic status, instead of being upset at those that you deem are doing better than you, maybe understand what they might be struggling with. There are people out there who have lost money that they were saving up, they worked hard to retire for. They lost that. There are people, everyone is sitting here trying to deal with taking care of their children during the day and understanding and appreciating teachers. There are people, no matter how much money or you have or not, everyone can have mental health concerns. Everyone can have substance abuse concerns. Everyone is struggling. The only people you should be mad at, the only people that don't deserve your empathy, in my opinion, are the 1%. And all of us that are online being mean to each other and basically trying tit for tat, whose story's worse and I don't want to hear this and no empathy. Instead of doing that to each other, let's keep directing that towards our politicians. Let's keep directing that towards those who have the money, who have billions, millions of dollars to help us out. Let's focus that. Let's focus on actual change right now that we can do for our infrastructure, for our country, for our communities, local, state, federal. Let's look at each other and realize and remember this is a crisis. This isn't every day. It shows that we're going through some hard times because people are being so nasty. It hurts my heart to see. So that is the moral of my video. That is what I wanted to say. That's why I have a rant. I'll be back with reaction videos later this week, but I'm tired. I'm seeing so many of my online friends. I'm seeing people in real life. I have my clients. I'm getting new clients who've never had to utilize social services before. It's a whole cluster for everyone. So instead of lashing out at those who we feel have enough money to survive or those who we feel screwed up their life, this is what I see online and why I had to walk away for a little bit. Instead of doing that, let's sit down and really think and understand why everyone is in the situations that they are in, except for that 1%. Let's sit down and really think about that, and let's really have some empathy, because there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff. A lot of people are suffering, no matter where you are on this socioeconomic status right now. And like I said, I'm out here Monday through Friday. That's my days I work. I'm seeing an influx of people who need help with food, who need help with utilities, who need help with this, that, whatever it is. Doesn't matter where you were before this all happened. We need help now. We're going through it now. And this is a great time for us to sit here and practice empathy and understanding of one another. I know it's easier said than done, but I hope it gets a little bit easier as time goes on, because I'm tired. I'm tired. Everyone needs help. Everyone needs help, unless you are in that 1%. Everyone needs help. In some way or another, everyone needs help. And it doesn't help anyone to sit here and talk crap to each other no matter what. No, me personally, back in the day, I would have been right there with them like, I feel you, that's so good. Whoa, you don't know. It's not about that though, because now I'm able to sit back and see it's hard on all of us, no matter what, because all of our lives changed within a matter of a week. A week. We sat here and listened to our politicians. We sat here and thought we were getting factual information. All of us are hurt, except for that 1%. So let's direct our anger towards the people that deserve it, to our politicians, local, federal, to the 1% who have more money that can help all of us combined. Let's keep our attention and give that fire to them. Let's not do it to each other, because all that's going to do is have all of us mad at each other, all of us bickering and not focusing on the real problems, which is making sure we are taking care of ourselves, our families, physically, mentally, emotionally. It makes me sad to see so many people dealing with domestic violence right now. It makes me sad that there's so many people dealing with substance abuse. It makes me sad that there's so many people dealing with just disturbances in their home because of this crisis. This is a crisis. This isn't every day. This isn't something that we should just think, oh, everything's fine, we're gonna be good. This is something we weren't prepared for and we should have been, but we weren't. And so we're all learning as we go. We're all hurting. We're all trying to figure out what's going on. So all of us can sit here and we can embrace, we can love, we can try to empathize. We can try to understand where everyone's coming from. So hopefully we can fix this so this doesn't happen again in the future. As I sit here at my empty clinic during a freaking pandemic. It's crazy. So I had to get off the internet, you guys. I had to get off the internet for a few days. It was a mess. And then as you know, we're getting the federal aid coming out, people are getting stimulus checks. It gets worse. It gets ugly because you just see everyone like, you don't need it. You should have did better. You make a lot of money. And then you see the other ones like, yeah, that's just what freeloading gets you. No, this is what happens when we have a political system that isn't working for the people the way it says it's supposed to be working for the people, and we're unprepared. This is what happens. We're in a crisis, and now we're all running around with our like chickens with our heads cut off, trying to make sure we're maintaining and surviving. That's what it is. So that's my rant today from my car. You can tell I had felt some type of way. I had to stop, sit here and catch you guys up. Like I said, a new Patreon video will be up today as well over there, so you can check me out. I want to hear from you guys. How are you guys handling things? Have you guys noticed the negativity online? Does it bother you, or is it just something you're just kind of like, people be people? I want to hear from you guys. I'll be back again. Like I said, I'm going to be doing, double, at least 2 uploads a week, if not more, just depending on, how I'm feeling. Still, like I said, we're all struggling, trying to get things balanced, figure things out, and I'm kind of in that moment as well. It's been messing with my mental health. I gotta be honest with you. I'm a mental health channel, so I wanted to let you guys know what's been messing with me. I want to hear what's going on with you guys. I appreciate you guys. If you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the bell so you're notified every time I post a video. I'll catch you guys in my next video. I hope you guys are all staying safe. I hope you guys are at least having some empathy in your hearts for others. Well, I know if you're watching me, you are. I already know you are. But if you aren't usually watching me, please make sure you're having some empathy for others. I hope everyone is taking care of themselves. Don't be afraid to hit me up at social media, Journey to Find K. I will catch you guys in my next video. I got a food box to deliver. Bye.